Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to go through a very basic low impact workout. I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to take my right arm right under it. I'm going to close off kind of like a choke around my hamstring here. From here, guys, I'm just bringing my toes up and going into an ankle car. So I'm just doing 5 circles one way. Nice and slow, making sure my toes and my feet are moving at the same time as I go through this ankle car, making sure I'm pulling all the way up in dorsiflexion and pressing all the way down. Once I'm done 5 one way, I'm gonna go for 5 the other way. Nice and slow, making sure that my knee and my shin angle don't change as I move through this. From there, I'm gonna switch legs, guys. I'm gonna go under my left leg with my left arm, close off a choke around it, and make sure that I'm moving very slowly and getting my full circle without letting my toes curl before my foot comes or point down before my foot comes. Let's go the other way. Pulling up as much as I can, dorsiflexion, pressing down. Now, guys, I really want you to take your time going through your ankle cars to this position here, where I'm just going to go for a couple of extensions through the spine and flexes through the spine. I'm going to flex my lumbar down vertebrae by vertebrae and then start at the lumbar and come all the way up into extension. Go slow, guys, and really try to talk to your spine here as you move through this flexion and extension. From here, guys, I'm going to put my hands out in front of me. I'm going to push back into my hip. As I pull my body forward, I'm going to flex my spine. When I get to this point here, I'm squeezing my glutes to open up my front line and pushing back for 5. Flex to extend. 4. 3. 2. And 1. From here, guys, I'm going to go for 5 of the same thing, but this time with one leg extended out. I'm doing this to create some more mobility in my lower body, primarily on the adductor and the hamstring of the leg that's posted out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to switch legs. My other leg's going to go out. I'm going to push back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last thing we're going to do here, guys, for our basic just joint mobility warm-up, I am going to just lie on my side here in a fetal position, and I'm just going to open the book 5 times. I can hang out on the first one and breathe for a bit. And then I can open up 4 more times. I'm going to switch sides here. Lying in fetal position. I'm just opening the book and to hang out on my first one. I can take this arm to pull a little bit to just open up a little bit more, and I can breathe through here. And from here, 4, 3, 2. I can follow my hand with my eyes as I open up, and we'll get one more opening. Finish. Alright, that's your first round of warm-ups. You're going to repeat that same circuit 2 more times. Every single time you do it, you're going to progressively get a little bit faster and faster. Now that we've got a little bit of mobility going on, we are going to move into the standing portion. We're still kind of warming up here. All I'm going to do is simply push back into 10 hinges. So, I'm standing up nice and tall to start. I'm putting my arms by my side. I'm softening up my knees slightly and pushing my hip back to load up my hamstrings and glutes as I push myself back into a hinge position. From here, I can reach my arms out to kind of extend into the hip a little bit more, and then pull myself back up. When I stand up tall, I want my rib cage over my pelvis. Do 10 hinges, load, and pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should feel this all through your posterior chain here, hamstrings and glutes, as I push back into that stretch position. Stand myself up tall. Again, my butt is going back with a slight knee bend, and it's not going down. 10. Once I've done my 10 hinges, I'm gonna move into 10 static reverse lunges, okay? So from here, I'm positioning one foot in front of me, one foot behind me. I wanna lean my weight forward, so I'm kind of hinging at the same time as I travel downwards. Now, I'm loading up the front leg while traveling with the back leg. I want my back knee to go down and my chest to stay over my front leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, guys, I'm going to switch legs, positioning myself into a hip position, a hip dominant position, and I'm going 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, these are hard, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, once I'm done those 2 exercises, I'm finding a foam roller. If I don't have a foam roller, that's fine. I don't need to use one. And I'm just going into a plank. I can do it on my elbows or on a foam roller. So I'm going to push my elbows into the foam roller, make sure I create a nice flat spine. I'm going to hold for 30 seconds or the count of 8 big breaths. All right, again guys, just enough to get moving here. I can get a little bit of strength going on, but nothing crazy. We're gonna repeat that 2 more times, and then we'll move into your next block. All right guys, now that we've done 3 sets of that last circuit, we're gonna move into our last circuit of the day here. Now, short and sweet workout here, and that's okay. What I'm gonna do is, if I have my foam roller, I can use it again. If not, that's completely fine. I'm gonna squat, reach out in front of me, hold for 1, come back to the middle, and up. Now if I don't have a foam roller, I can squat, reach, come back up. But what matters is really that I'm keeping my chest nice and tall. When I reach here, I don't round my back to reach forward, I stay nice and tall, come back in. Keep my chest up the whole time, squat, reach, viper in, and up, sorry, foam roller in. Squat, reach, in, up, 5. Squat, reach, in, 6. Now on my squat, my butt goes as far down as I can get it. My chest stays up. I reach out, I come back in. I'm making sure that my hinge looks like this, and my squat looks like this. I'm getting nice and low. And let's get 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, guys. From there, we're gonna find our mat again on the floor. Then we're going into 10 quadruped reaches each side, where I reach, and I touch my elbow into my knee, and I reach out again. Now try not to round your whole back when you do this. Stay nice and tall with your spine as you just bring the elbow to the knee. Sides 10, tall spine, bring the elbow to the knee, 2, 3. Stay tall on this posting arm. 4. Make sure your neck's not working. 6. Reach out. 7. 10. Awesome, guys. From there, we're actually gonna lie completely down on our face, and we're gonna go for a T hold and a W hold. We're gonna do each for 10 seconds. Yeah, with no breaks in between. So I'm lying completely flat. I bring my body up into a T without using my lower spine to get me up there. I'm just reaching the shoulder blade muscles up and holding. Try not to let your shoulder blades rise or else you'll use your neck. Keep them down and back as you reach up. Now we're going to shift into a W, where I squeeze my elbows down. I keep my wrist and elbow in the same line. Squeeze down to my lats, 10 seconds. From here, I'm going to reach out into my T again, squeezing back in between the shoulder blades, holding my position for 10. High as I can with the wrist and the elbow, without getting my shoulders to rise. I'm going to squeeze into my W and hold for 10. Keeping the wrist nice and high, squeezing back into the lats, keeping the shoulder blades down. Again, last time, reaching to my 10. Hands coming into my W here. High wrist, don't use your neck or your upper traps. Keeping squeezed down between the shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, guys. We got 2 more rounds of that, so you get 3 sets all together, and we can move into one more circuit. All right, guys, moving into our last circuit of the day here. I'm gonna lie down on my back, nice and flat. And from here, I want to make sure my ribs stay down to start. I don't want any flaring in the ribs and lower back extension. I'm pushing through the floor with my hands. I'm just going to bridge up as high as I can without letting my lower spine work. As long as my spine's moving in one line, I'm good to go. And when I come down, I'm going to pull vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down to create that dead bug position again. 2. Sorry. We got 3. 4. 5. Again, pulling that vertebrae down one by one. It's a core exercise as well as a glute and hamstring exercise. And 3, 2, and last one. From there, guys, we are going to go into maybe 5, maybe 10, as many push-ups as we can get, maxing out at 10 on our knees. So I'm going to get into a plank position, chop my knees down, so I have my chest in line with my hands. I'm going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Notice how my chin is so much far forward. I'm not back here. I'm not letting my shoulder blades rise. 3, 2, and 1. From there, guys, I'm going to go into a 30-second side plank or a 5 breath at a time side plank. So I'm going to get up in here. And I'm holding for the count of 5 big breaths with a 4-second inhale and a 4-second exhale. All right, I'm gonna switch sides. Creating a nice tall pushed away side plank here where my elbow doesn't bunch up at all, but I create a lot of space. I push it away and I make sure my hip gets nice and high. From here, I get my cylinder on and I get my breaths in. Trying to stay as nice and calm as possible, even though this is hard. All right, guys, and we've got 2 more rounds of that. Glute bridge, side plank, and then we're gonna go into a basic stretch. All right, guys, for our stretch today, we're keeping it really basic, really simple. We're just gonna start with what we started with. We're gonna slide our hips forward and hips back.